Have you ever been ghosted? You thought everything was going well, then suddenly, she vanishes without a word, leaving you confused and questioning what went wrong. Or maybe she runs hot and cold, one day she's all over you, the next, total silence. It's frustrating, isn't it? Let's cut to the chase. Some women play games. And if you don't learn to recognize and handle those games, you'll find yourself trapped in a cycle of confusion, frustration, and heartbreak. Here's the reality: you're not to blame for these games, but you are responsible for how you respond to them. Today, I'm going to share 10 unshakable strategies to deal with women who play emotional games. Not through manipulation, but through mastery of yourself, using the principles of Stoicism. You'll become grounded, steady, and emotionally untouchable, the kind of man who can't be manipulated. So buckle up. What you're about to learn will shift the way you approach dating and relationships, forever. Why do women play these games? Before we get into the strategies, let's address the question: why do some women play emotional games? Why the ghosting, the mixed signals, the emotional roller coasters? The truth is, these games are tests of your emotional strength. They're designed, consciously or unconsciously, to see if you're easily controlled, manipulated, or thrown off balance. If you fail these tests, if you chase, overreact, or become desperate, you lose respect in her eyes. You become just another guy seeking validation. But here's the good news: you don't have to play along. You're going to rise above. Instead of getting caught in the push-pull dynamic, you'll become the calm at the center of the storm. Stoicism will be your secret weapon, helping you stay grounded and in control no matter what she throws your way. This isn't just about getting the girl, it's about regaining control over your emotions and your life. If you're tired of the emotional games and ready to reclaim your power, keep reading. These 10 Stoic strategies will show you how. 1. Detach emotionally and stop reacting. This is the foundation of it all: emotional detachment. Detachment doesn't mean apathy. It means you no longer allow your emotions to control your actions. You stop reacting impulsively. When a woman pulls away or becomes distant, most men panic. They start overthinking, chasing, or trying to fix things. But that reaction proves her test worked. It shows you're emotionally dependent. Instead, stay level. Whether she's blowing up your phone or disappears for days, your internal state remains unchanged. Calm. Collected. Grounded. The more emotionally detached you become, the more powerful and attractive you become. Strength is magnetic, and emotional self-control is the ultimate form of strength. 2. Recognize her manipulative patterns. Many women follow predictable patterns. If you know what to look for, you can spot the game before it starts. Take the classic hot and cold routine. One moment she's into you, the next she's distant. This is designed to trigger you into chasing, proving your interest. When you don't take the bait, when you remain calm and let her come to you, you shift the power dynamic. You're no longer the one being tested. She starts wondering why you're not reacting, and that's when the script flips. Another common move is breadcrumbing, sporadic attention with no real follow-through. She keeps you around just enough to hold your interest but never truly invests. How do you handle it? Calmly call it out without emotion. I'm not here for half-hearted energy. If you're not genuinely interested, that's okay, but I'm not going to wait around. You're not angry. You're simply holding a standard, and self-respect is non-negotiable. 3. Set boundaries early, and enforce them. Boundaries aren't about control. They're about self-respect. A man who doesn't set boundaries early is giving permission to be disrespected. And if you think boundaries will scare her off, think again. Women respect men who respect themselves. If she's constantly canceling plans, being flaky, or disrespecting your time, address it. I value consistency. If this doesn't work for you, that's okay. But I'm not okay with being strung along. You're not issuing ultimatums. You're stating your standards. If she doesn't meet them, you walk away. That's power. And if she flirts with other guys in front of you, don't argue or accuse. Simply state. If you're into someone else, that's fine. But I'm not interested in competing for attention. Clear. Calm. Unapologetic. Boundaries define who stays in your life, and under what terms. 4. Stay calm under pressure. One of the most powerful things you can do when tested is to remain unshaken. She brings up her ex. Flirts with another guy. Makes a passive-aggressive comment. Most men react emotionally, jealousy, anger, insecurity. But not you. You respond with emotional control, perhaps even indifference. Sounds like he was a good guy. This throws her off. She was expecting a reaction, and you gave her nothing to latch onto. That's strength. If she flirts with someone else in front of you, you don't compete. You observe, remain composed, and let your silence speak volumes. Your calmness sends a clear message: I'm not easily moved, and I don't play games. 5. Focus on your mission, not the drama. The fastest way to stop being manipulated is to stop placing women at the center of your world. Too many men lose focus when they start dating someone. They abandon their goals, routines, and purpose to keep her attention. That's a mistake. A Stoic man is mission-driven. His goals, health, career, and self-development come first. He isn't chasing temporary emotional highs, he's building something lasting. If she pulls away or plays games, you don't chase. You double down on your purpose. You keep moving forward. And when she sees you're not shaken by her silence or drama, she'll realize you're not like other men. You're not needy. You're focused. And that focus? It's irresistible. 6. Never negotiate your self-respect. One of the biggest traps men fall into is negotiating their self-worth for the chance to keep the girl. They tolerate disrespect, mixed signals, or inconsistency, thinking that if they're just more understanding or more patient, she'll come around. Big mistake. Here's the truth: the moment you tolerate disrespect, you've taught her how to treat you. You've shown her that your standards are flexible. That you'll bend if pushed hard enough. And from that moment on, she won't respect you the same. Stoic men do not negotiate self-respect. If she insults you, tries to humiliate you in public, mocks your ambition, or disrespects your time, you don't argue, beg, or explain. You distance yourself. With dignity. Because you understand that the cost of staying in a disrespectful dynamic is far greater than the pain of walking away. Respect yourself first, and the right people will follow. 7. Observe, don't absorb. Emotional games are designed to provoke you. To pull you into a reactive state. When she says something hurtful, ignores your messages, or flirts with someone else, it's easy to internalize it, to think, what did I do wrong, or why isn't she choosing me? But a Stoic man doesn't absorb drama, he observes it. He views emotional chaos like a passing storm. He doesn't get soaked. He watches from shelter. He understands, her behavior reflects her character, not his worth. By shifting from participant to observer, you detach from the drama. You don't take things personally. You evaluate her actions rationally, without spiraling emotionally. Ask yourself: is this someone who adds value to my life, or drama? Do her actions reflect someone emotionally mature and respectful, or someone playing games? When you observe instead of absorb, you keep your power. 8. Don't try to change her, watch her. A common mistake men make is trying to fix or change a woman's behavior. If she's being flaky, manipulative, or emotionally erratic, they think, maybe if I just explain how I feel, she'll change. Wrong mindset. Stoic men don't try to change women, they watch them. They let behavior reveal intent. They understand that who she is when no one's trying to impress her is who she really is. So instead of lecturing her on how she should act, they simply take mental notes. And if the pattern continues, they walk away. Because the goal isn't to force someone to be who you want them to be, it's to find someone who naturally aligns with your values. Actions over words. Patterns over promises. Behavior over potential. Stop fixing. Start watching. 9. Don't try to win her over, make her qualify to you. Most men approach relationships with a "how can I impress her" mindset. They treat her like a prize to be won. They overextend themselves, bend over backward, and compete for her approval. This puts her on a pedestal, and you in a subservient role. But Stoic men flip the script. They understand, I am the prize too. They enter every relationship with a "let's see if she qualifies to be in my life" energy. Not from arrogance, but from grounded self-worth. They ask, does she bring peace or chaos? Is she emotionally intelligent or manipulative? Is she aligned with my vision, or is she a distraction? When you make her qualify to you, the power dynamic shifts. She now feels the need to show up consistently and genuinely, because she knows you won't tolerate games or mediocrity. You're not chasing. You're choosing. And that's powerful. 10. Be willing to walk away without looking back. This is the ultimate Stoic move. The final strategy that separates emotionally grounded men from reactive ones. You must be willing to walk away. Not as a threat. Not as a tactic. But as a deeply internalized principle. When you know your worth, when you've set your boundaries, when you've observed the patterns and given her a chance to meet you with respect, and she still chooses games over growth, you walk away. Silently. Calmly. Permanently. Because your peace is non-negotiable. And you refuse to beg for attention, chase validation, or stay somewhere you're not valued. And here's the paradox. The moment you're willing to walk away is often when you gain the most respect. Why? Because it shows you don't need her, you choose her. And that difference is magnetic. A Stoic man doesn't fear loss. He fears living dishonestly, betraying his own standards just to keep someone around. So never hesitate to walk away from what no longer aligns. Final thought, embracing Stoicism for emotional resilience in relationships. In the intricate dance of human relationships, emotions often take center stage. Love, desire, jealousy, and disappointment can lead us into a whirlwind of feelings that, if left unchecked, may cloud our judgment and disrupt our inner peace. Stoicism, an ancient philosophy rooted in reason and virtue, offers timeless wisdom to navigate these emotional currents with grace and strength. Understanding Stoicism, a brief overview. Stoicism, founded in the early 3rd century BCE by Zeno of Citium, teaches that the path to eudaimonia, a state of flourishing or true happiness, lies in living a life of virtue in accordance with reason. Central to Stoic philosophy is the dichotomy of control, the distinction between what is within our power, our thoughts, actions, and responses, and what is not, external events, other people's actions, and outcomes. By focusing on what we can control and accepting what we cannot, Stoicism empowers us to maintain tranquility amidst life's uncertainties. This principle is particularly pertinent in the realm of relationships, where unpredictability and emotional turbulence are common. The Stoic approach to emotional challenges in relationships. Emotional awareness and rational response. Stoicism does not advocate for the suppression of emotions but encourages awareness and rational evaluation of them. As Epictetus stated, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. When faced with emotional triggers in relationships, a Stoic pauses to assess the situation objectively, responding with reason rather than impulsive emotion. Detachment from external validation. Seeking validation from others, especially in romantic contexts, can lead to dependency and emotional instability. Stoicism teaches that our self-worth should not be contingent upon external approval. By cultivating inner confidence and self-respect, we become less susceptible to the emotional games that may arise in relationships. Setting and upholding personal boundaries. Establishing clear boundaries is essential for maintaining self-respect and emotional health. Stoics recognize the importance of defining what is acceptable and what is not in their interactions. Upholding these boundaries, even when challenged, reinforces one's commitment to personal virtue and integrity. Acceptance of impermanence. Relationships, like all aspects of life, are subject to change. Embracing the Stoic concept of impermanence allows us to appreciate relationships for what they are, without clinging to expectations or fearing their end. This acceptance fosters resilience and reduces suffering when relationships evolve or conclude. Focus on personal growth and virtue. Rather than attempting to change others, Stoicism emphasizes self-improvement and the cultivation of virtues such as wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. By focusing on our own development, we become better partners and are less affected by others' behaviors. Practicing forgiveness and compassion. Stoicism encourages understanding and compassion toward others, recognizing that everyone is influenced by their perceptions and experiences. Practicing forgiveness, when appropriate, allows us to release resentment and maintain inner peace. Applying Stoic principles, practical strategies. Daily reflection. Engage in regular self-examination to assess your actions and thoughts, aligning them with Stoic virtues. Mindfulness meditation. Develop awareness of your emotional responses, enabling you to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. Journaling. Document your experiences and reflections to gain clarity and reinforce your commitment to Stoic principles. Visualization techniques. Practice negative visualization by contemplating potential challenges in relationships, preparing yourself to face them with equanimity. Community engagement. Connect with like-minded individuals who support your journey towards Stoic living, providing mutual encouragement and accountability. The transformative power of Stoicism in relationships. By integrating Stoic philosophy into our relational lives, we cultivate emotional resilience, clarity, and a deep sense of inner peace. We learn to navigate the complexities of human connections with wisdom and grace, reducing the impact of external turmoil on our well-being. Stoicism does not promise a life devoid of emotional challenges but offers tools to manage them effectively. Through the consistent practice of Stoic principles, we become architects of our emotional landscapes, capable of maintaining serenity amidst the storms of relational dynamics. In embracing Stoicism, we embark on a journey toward self-mastery, where our happiness and fulfillment are no longer at the mercy of external circumstances but are rooted in the steadfast foundation of virtue and reason.